Hey, this is pretty crazy. So just yesterday, a bunch of people in California received text messages urging them to contact the Attorney General and tell him to drop his opposition to the Paramount merger with Warner Bros. Discovery. This merger would give Trump allies direct control over CNN and lead to massive consolidation within the media ecosystem. So it's a real threat to our freedom of information and just broadly to our democracy. But the really interesting thing is where these text messages came from. So they came from an organization called Neighbors for Strong Communities. And I should have put organization in scare quotes because this organization's website has only existed for 3 months. They do not list any of their funders, board members, or staff. And the only address that you can find if you dig through their website is for a building in Washington, D.C. that seems to house an Italian restaurant. And then there is a nondescript black door next to the Italian restaurant that is the address for this alleged organization, Neighbors for Strong Communities. That nondescript black door next to the Italian restaurant also seems to house a PR firm called TSD Communications, who are almost certainly behind this AstroTurf effort. Now, to make this even weirder and juicier, if you look at this supposed organization's page, they list a few other featured campaigns. Guess who they also seem to be working for? Flock Safety, the AI surveillance company that has cozied up to fascists and is actively helping ICE target undocumented people across the country. This organization is also running a petition effort defending Flock and pushing back against residents trying to get their cities to cancel contracts with Flock Safety. So this is a really fascinating glimpse into how corporate influence operations are happening in the United States today. AI is making all of this faster and easier and cheaper for them, but it's really not that surprising that a company that's willing to take money from Flock Safety is also willing to help defend the Paramount merger. They will take money for anything, they will work for any corporate client, and the reality is corporations resort to this type of astroturfing and influence operations when they know that they're pushing for policies that are harmful to the public. If there were actually grassroots constituencies that cared about this and wanted to speak out, they could simply lift up those voices. But because those voices don't exist, they have to concoct them, which is why we see these bought and paid for corporate influence operations. So I hope reporters will pay attention to this and particularly look into this alleged organization that is astroturfing in defense of the Paramount merger and in defense of Flock Safety's AI surveillance empire. The best way to counter these corporate influence operations is first to expose them so we all are aware that this is happening. And second, to make sure that we're supporting real people in speaking out and making their voices heard on these issues. So we need to keep speaking out against this dangerous corporate merger, and we need to keep speaking out against Flock Safety and supporting the activists that are trying to cancel Flock contracts and get Lowe's and Home Depot to cancel their corporate contracts with Flock as well. The best way to counter corporate influence operations is by getting real people speaking out every single day. So if you see this, please share it, spread the word so that people are aware that these corporate influence operations are happening and so that they can make their real voices heard so that we can have an actually functioning democracy and not one that's just bought and paid for by corporations who won't even put their own names or logos on their AstroTurf operations.